you think is the most complete footballer? Someone who is good at all aspects of the game. Don't say yourself, Micah.
De Bruyne. I think he's as good as there is around at this moment in terms of ability, technique, goals, assists.
De Bruyne's a good shout. Have to be a midfield player, really, wouldn't it? Because you do need to have many aspects to your game. I would actually go, if we can go all time, maybe someone like Brian Robson. I honestly think if Robbo had stayed fit, because he kind of broke down in both World Cups that I played in 86 and 90, I think we'd have had a real good chance of winning one of those, particularly Italia 90, I think. Because in Italia 90, we actually played do you know what the midfield three was? Gascoigne, Waddle, Platt. There is not a defensive cell in their body.
Do you think he gets the appreciation that he should do, Robbo? Because certainly from our era, but I mean, do you know the likes of Micah, your age and younger than you? I mean, Robbo was an unbelievable midfielder, wasn't he? He had everything, didn't he?
I'd broken into the England squad while I was still at Leicester. So I got to know Brian Robson, who was the then captain of England. And we then played them in, I think it might have been a League Cup tie. It was certainly a midweek night game at Old Trafford. And before the game, our then manager, Gordon Milne, he started talking about the tactics and defensive corners. And he said, right, you so-and-so mark him, you mark him, you mark him. And Gary, I want you to come back, stand on the edge of the box and pick up Brian Robson. So I've gone, you want me to do what? And he went, yeah, I want you to mark Brian. I said, me against Brian Robson? And he said, don't worry, we've had them watched. He stays out on the edge of the box and they've scored 1 or 2 goals from it being breaking out. All you've got to do is stand. I said, well, if he sees I'm marking him, that might change. I don't think I'd ever been brought back for a corner. So anyway, the first corner of the game comes. It's about 10 minutes in, and Robbo's there. And I run back and I stand next to him on the edge of the box. And Brian Robson looks at, he just gives me a look, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm marking you and I." So he's just laughed. He's just gone. The corner comes in. Well, he doesn't stand on the edge of the box, does he? He charges in. I go back with him, and he heads it. It hits the bar, and bounces over, and I'm knocked. I'm like flying line on the 6-yard box on the floor. 15 minutes later, there's another corner. It comes in. The ball and me both end up in the back of the net. Brian Robson score. And we're running back I'm going back to the halfway line, and he's just laughing at me. So I get in at half time, and I just go, "Well, I told you." And Gordon's gone, just stay.
That's it. If you had been good at that, you'd have been taking 2 years off your career, because coming back every single time you're defending for a corner or a throw-in, honestly, it was absolutely knackering. I hated